Hello children, today we are going to continue with pair of linear equation in two variable, and last class we have seen how to plot what are linear equations of two variables, how to plot them on graph, and graphically we have seen that whether how many solutions are possible for pair of equations, and also we have learned how to detect whether by seeing an equation only we will be able to detect whether it will have a consistent solution or an inconsistent solution. Okay, now today algebraically how we can solve linear equation we are going to see. Now algebraically, when we solve linear equations, we can solve it by four methods. Okay, when we solve a pair of linear equation, obviously pair of linear equation, it must have two variables. Okay, for that we need what are the methods by which we can solve. Okay, first we are going to learn about substitution method. Okay, next is elimination method. Third is cross multiplication method. And fourth one is equation reducible method. Okay, we are going to discuss about these four methods of solving linear equation. Okay, now these three are the basic ways of solution, and this reducible method is little bit different from these all the three, but initially it will be little different, but at the end you will be using any of the three methods. Okay, so let's see how to do it. Beginning with the first method, okay, that is substitution method. So from the name itself, what do you understand? Substitution means in place of one we will be putting the other one. Okay, so how we can use this for solving a pair of linear equation? Okay, for that, suppose I have two equations as x plus y is equal to 5, and let another be 3x minus 4y is equal to 12. Okay, x plus y is equal to 5 and 3x minus 4 is equal to 12. Now we are going to solve these two equation. Okay, we are going to not solve this two equation means we are going to find the values of x and y. Okay, now before solving, first what we have to check whether solution is possible or not. Now see here, all the coefficients are different. Okay, so which means solution is possible. Okay, now let's start with this substitution method. Okay, now substitution method, let this be our equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now what we have to do, we have to take any one of the equation among the two, and any one variable will be making it subject to the formula. Okay, either x or y we will be making subject to the formula, and we will be using one equation to find its value. Okay, so here let us take first equation 1. So equation 1 we are going to take, and we are going to make x the subject to the formula. Okay, so if we are making x the subject of the formula, which means we are going to take out the what is the value of x for the equation. Okay, so what is x from here? We can say, or x is equal to 5 minus y. Correct? Now this value I am going to substitute in equation 2. Okay, what is my equation 2? So you will write substituting the value of x in equation 2. Okay, what is equation 2? 3x minus 4y is equal to 12. So instead of x, I am going to put 5 minus y. Okay, because I have two variables and it is difficult to solve with two variables, so I will be substituting that one. So 5 minus y minus 4y is equal to 12. So 15 minus 3y minus 4y is equal to 12. Okay, so it will be minus 7y is equal to 12 minus 15. Why minus 15? Because this is positive, and when it goes to that side of the is equal to sign, it becomes negative. So or minus 7y is equal to minus 3. Correct? Now see, minus 7y minus 3. If both sides are having negative, which means we can just ignore the negative sign, and which we can take the positive, take it as positive. Okay, so I am doing it over here. Okay, so or y is equal to 3 by 7. So I have got the value of y. Okay, I've got the value of y. So this is my answer 1. Now I need to find the value of x. So directly I can put the value of y over here. Okay, so it will be or we can say, so value of x will be, x is equal to 5 minus y, and what is the value of y? Y is 3 by 7. So 5 minus 3 by 7, which means 35 minus 3 by 7, which is 33 by 7. Okay, so here I have got the value of x also. Understood? So this is how we solve using substitution method. We will take any of the two equation. Among any of the two equation, we will take any of the equation, and from there any of the variable will make subject to the formula, which means the other variable, using the other variable we will try to find out its value, and that value we are going to substitute in the second equation, and hence by equating we will find the value. This is what is your substitution method. Easy enough? Okay. Next is our elimination method. Now what does the word elimination mean? Elimination means that to remove, right? So here we are going to eliminate, which means we are going to remove one variable, okay, and make it a single variable equation. Okay, So let's see how to do that. Okay, let's take one example as x plus y is equal to, okay, x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 3x minus y is equal to 8. Okay, I've got a pair of equation. One is x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 3x minus y is equal to 8. Now in this method what we are going to do, any of the variable among x and y, we are going to choose any of the variable, and in the using any of the variable, okay, the coefficient of any of the variable we are going to equate. Okay, equate, how can I equate? Suppose if I take x, okay, and if I want to, what is the coefficient of x in the first equation? It's 1, and coefficient of the second equation is 3. Now I have to choose, I have to multiply such a number such that both the equations, such that both the coefficients become equal. I can choose this also, I can choose this also. Okay, now I'm choosing x. Okay, so what will I do? I'll multiply the first equation by 3 and the second by 1. Now if I multiply the first equation by 3, what will come? 3x will come, and if I multiply this one with with 1, then already it is 3x, it will remain 3x. Okay, so both the terms will become equal. Okay, both the coefficients will become equal. So what will I write? I'll write multiplying equation 1 with 3 and equation 2 with 1. Okay, so what do I get? 3x plus 6y is equal to 15, correct? And the second one, 3x minus y is equal to 8. Okay, now as this is elimination method, I have to do addition or subtraction. Okay, now see, if I already have a negative okay, if I already have minus this thing, okay, then I don't need to change the sign. But if the signs are not opposite, then I'll change the sign of the equation 2. Okay, which means what? You can multiply any with minus 1 also. If you had multiplied with minus 1, obviously you would have got minus 3. So in that way, the logic is between logic for this is this. Okay, so I'm changing the sign of the second equation. Okay, so if already it was minus 3, I would not have to change any sign. But as these signs are equal, so I cannot eliminate the coefficient. No, I cannot eliminate the variable, so I have to change the sign. So this is minus, which means it will become plus. Okay, and this is plus, which means it will become minus. Once I cannot just change the sign of the first variable as like that way and leave the other two. Okay, when I'm changing the variable the sign of the first coefficient of the variable, then I have to change the sign of the next constant as well as the second variable also. So minus 3x minus 3x is 0. Okay, 6y plus y, which means 7y, correct? And 15 minus 8, how much it is? 7. So the value of y becomes 7 by 7, which is equal to 1. Okay, correct? So I have already got the value of y as 1. Now I need to check for the value of x. Okay, what I will do, I'll substitute the value of y that I have got in any of the equation that I have that is given to me. Okay, so let me substitute the value in the equation 1 only. Substituting the value of y in equation 1. Okay, so if I am substituting the value, what will I get? X plus 2y is equal to 5, which means x is equal to 5 minus 2y, and the value of y is 1. So 5 minus 2 into 1, which means 3. Correct? So hence I have got two values, the values of x and y. X is 3 and y is 1. So this is the method of elimination, isn't it? Okay, so what do I have to do? I have to consider, I have to take the given equation and any of the variables coefficient I have to equalize. To equalize any of the variables, any variable first I have to pick up, whether x or y, first variable or second variable. Okay, here it is xy, you can get m, n, l, p, starting from a to z, any of the variable you will be given, and you have to equalize the coefficient of any of the variables among the two variables. Whatever variables are given, among the two you have to equalize the coefficients, and after you have equalized them, how will you equalize them? Just by multiplying any two number. Okay, here I have multiplied 3 and 1. Okay, you may multiply anything. Okay, so any number, I can multiply 12 and 12 and 4 also. Okay, so 4 2s are 12, and like that also I can do. Okay, so any number you will be multiplying, but you have to keep in mind that the coefficient will become equal, and once they become equal, if they are in different opposite signs, it's well and good. If they are not in opposite sign, what you have to do, you have to change the sign. Correct? And you have to change the sign of the second equation of all the variables of the second equation, and then we have to subtract. Okay, because our thing is that we have to subtract, and after subtracting, one variable will be eliminated, and from there you will get another variable's value. Okay, that value you are going to substitute in any of the equations. Okay, and hence we will get the variable of the value of this first one. Okay, now I have a question that 5 years ago, A was thrice as, A is a person, okay, was thrice as old as B, and then 10 years later, okay, A will be twice as old as B. How old is A and B? So here are two persons we are talking about and two ages we are talking about. One is A's age and one is B's age. Okay, now let us consider, let us solve this. Okay, first let us form the equation, then we will decide in which method to go. Okay, first thing is that let us consider A's age as X and B's age as Y. Okay, this is the first thing we have to do, that is we have to consider A's age as X and B's age as Y. Okay, now we are not talking about the present age. Present age is X and Y. Okay, now we are talking about 5 years ago, which means long time back, right? So 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, what would be if present age? You let this be present age. Okay, now current age. Okay, in 2020, let A's age be X and B's age be Y. Okay, 5 years ago, how much would be A's age? A's age will be X minus 5 and B's age similarly Y minus 5. Correct? X minus 5 and Y minus 5. And what was told? That 5 years ago A was thrice as old as B. Okay, what would be B's age? Whatever was B's age, A was into 3, thrice means into 3. Okay, thrice of it. So by the question, A is thrice as old as B. That means if B is Y minus 5, then A will be 3 into this will be what? 3 times X minus 5. Correct? So from here we can get Y minus 5 is equal to 3X minus 15. Correct? Or Y, or we can take the Y this part, okay, so, and 15 this side. So 15 minus 5 is equal to 3X minus Y, or 3X minus Y is equal to 10. So this is our first equation. Okay, from here we got our first equation. So I'm writing it over here. 3X minus Y is equal to 10. This is our first equation. So let's solve for equation 2. So equation 2 is for what information is given? 10 years later. Okay, so 10 years later. 10 years later, what will happen? A will be twice as old as B. So 10 years later, what will be A's age? If it is X now, so A's age will become X plus 10 and B's age will become Y plus 10. Okay, and by the question, what information is given? That A will be twice as old as B. If B's age is Y plus 10, A will be twice of B's age. Correct? So it will be (2x plus 20), or we can say 2x, we can say, so Y 10 minus 20 is equal to 2x minus y, or we can say 2x minus y is equal to minus 10. So this is our second equation. So let us write our second equation, which is 2x minus y is equal to minus 10. Okay. Now, so we have got the equations. Now it is up to our choice that which method we are going to follow to find out the result. Okay, I'll show you by both the methods. Okay, first I'll be showing by substitution method. So let me consider the first equation. Okay, by substitution method I am doing. Okay, this is my first equation and I am making y as the subject to the formula. Okay, and so y will be equal to 3x minus 10. Now this value I am going to substitute in the second equation. What is my second equation? 2x minus y is equal to minus 10. Now instead of y I will be writing this. Okay, so 2x minus 3 into x minus 10 is equal to minus 10x, or 2x minus 3x plus 10 is equal to minus 10, or minus x is equal to minus 20. If I take 10 this side, it will be minus 10, and minus 10 and minus 10 will make minus 20, or we can say same sign will be eliminated. Correct? So both are having negative sign, so it will make positive. So x is equal to 20. Okay, I've got the value of x. Now I'll be substituting this value into this equation. Okay, so we know that y is equal to 3x minus 10. So if I substitute 20, okay, what it will be? 3 into 20 minus 10, which means 60 minus 10, which is equal to 50. So y's value is 50. So A's age is 20 and B's age is 50. We have got by substitution method. Okay, this is our substitution method. Correct? Okay, now let us see by elimination method. Elimination method means what? We have to remove one variable and we have to equalize the coefficients, and we have to eliminate one variable, and again the value that we get after solving, that we have to substitute and we have to see. So I have 3x minus y is equal to 10 and 2x minus y is equal to minus 10. Now see here, y's value is already same. Okay, the value of y of the coefficient of y is already same. Okay, if I just change the sign, then I need not to do anything else. I can directly eliminate. Okay, so I need not to multiply anything. I'll just change the sign. Changing sign means what? I am multiplying this by 1 and I am multiplying this by minus 1 actually. Okay, so but you're in class 10, keep it in your mind. Okay, the logic is this. So what it will be? Minus, this will change to plus, and this will again change to plus. So it will become x, this will minus y and plus y, this will get eliminated and this will be 20. Okay, x's value I got already 20, and this value I am going to substitute. So 3x minus y is equal to 10, or 3 into 20 minus y is equal to 10, or 60 minus 10 is equal to y, which means y is equal to 50. Understood? This is my method of elimination. Understood? This is how we solve by using elimination method. So at the end of today's video, I have only one single question for you all, and I need you all to solve them using both the methods of elimination as well as substitution method. Okay, and what is the question? A library has a fixed charge for first 3 days and additional charge for each day after. A kept a book. A is a person, okay? It's not A and like that. A kept a book for 7 days and paid rupees 27, while B kept it for 5 days and paid rupees 21. Find fixed charge and charge of extra day, okay? So now see, first thing that comes in your mind, that which one to take as X and which to take as Y. That is the initial question that comes in your mind while you solve this problem. Now whatever will be given in find, okay, those two things you are going to pick up. Okay, find fixed charge, okay, that means fixed charge you are going to find out, and charge of extra day. Okay, so two things you need to find out. So you will take fixed charge as X and charge for extra day as Y. Okay, and one hint is given that for first 3 days it is always first 3 days it is X. Okay, for first 3 days it has X, and for the rest of the days it has additional charge, which means suppose if someone keeps for 2 days, the additional charge of per day, if it is 2 rupees, then if the person keeps for 3 days, then it will be 2 into 3, that means 6. So here now the second question is A keeps a book for 7 days. Okay, that means for first 3 days he has to pay a fixed amount, let that be X. Okay, that fixed amount X he has to pay, and additional, what is the additional days he kept? So 3 minus 7, which is 4, correct? For 4 days he has to pay, each day he has to pay rupees Y. Okay, let the rupee be charge for the extra day is Y. So for the equation will be X plus 4 into Y, and how much will be the amount? 27. Similarly you will be finding B, okay, and will form two equations, and solving those two equations you have to do by elimination method as well as substitution method. Okay, so that's all we have for this video. We'll be back with the next part.